The Sol Phenduka situation seems to have got the internet in South Africa split in two. Because you had one camp of people praising the fact that Sol Phenduka was fired from Kaya FM and the fact that he deserved it after his and MacG's remarks on Minnie Dlamini. But you also have another camp that sympathizes with Sol Phenduka. They feel as though Kaya FM was spineless for the decision they took.
Seeing that Sol Phenduka has been fired from Kaya FM and has lost 100k a month salary due to the yaps that they do at the MacG podcast.
So Sol Phenduka has been officially fired from Kaya FM as of yesterday. He has been fired, no longer a job. My guy fumbled 100,000 a month salary because of something that was done by somebody else. Damn, that has to hurt.
Look, I've been seeing a lot of videos regarding this entire Sol Phenduka issue, but I think people are genuinely missing the main point of this entire contention. Because I've been hearing a lot of voices saying that Sol Phenduka should just basically leave MacG because he's in this situation mainly because of MacG's remarks. And they're basically saying that Sol Phenduka sticking with MacG after all of this has transpired is a sign of weakness. I mean, you've even got one YouTuber, Slick Talk, talking about how Sol Phenduka is weak for standing with MacG, even though MacG is the reason that Sol Phenduka got fired from his 100,000 rand salary job.
In hell, I would fumble 100,000 a month because of something that you said, and now I'm paying the price? What? If I was Sol, I would have pulled a number on him. I would have said I'm not coming. Let's see how the show goes on. I'm not coming. I'm taking my people and I'm going someplace else, opening up my own thing or something. Because now MacG is your only boss. Do you know how crazy that is? You have a boss and he's also your friend, but he's also your boss at the same time. So he's like, Sol, I like you, but if our numbers go down and you're not moving the way you used to move and you don't pull the numbers that you used to pull, you're done. Our friendship is over.
However, on Twitter, you do have people standing by Sol Phenduka even after this decision, with one comment saying, "It's like if you stand with Sol Phenduka for being fired by Kaya FM," getting 3.2 thousand likes. "We definitely stand with our boy Sol Phenduka. He did nothing wrong, and Kaya FM can go to hell. They need to face MacG and leave Sol alone." Boycott Kaya FM, gaining almost 1,000 likes. But you would even get a crazy comment by Penuel saying, "I'd like to formally say F you to whoever decided to fire Sol Phenduka at Kaya FM. I'm not sure if he's got a potential case for unfair dismissal via the CCMA. Mainstream media has some losers running it, hence why they are seeing flames." I mean, this clearly shows that the internet is definitely split on this topic regarding Sol Phenduka, but I think there's a bigger picture that everybody is missing and we don't even realize we're missing it. And I'm gonna be honest, my take on this Sol Phenduka issue might be controversial to many, but unfortunately that's just the way things are when you're dealing with legacy media. But before I let you know my thoughts on this entire Sol Phenduka issue and why many people are missing the picture, it seems like we genuinely need to talk about what's happening with these Spring Day celebrations across the country. Because guys, I'm gonna be honest, it's kinda getting out of hand.
And right now, you can save £50 per person. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available.
Yeah, sure, the first few videos were fun and lighthearted, but now you have parents, workers, and even elders crashing out with these kids for them pouring water on them, and it's sparked a large debate online as to whether or not these Spring Day celebrations are crossing the line. But look, there's a number of things to talk about, so why don't we just get straight into it. So Sol Phenduka has recently been fired from Kaya FM after they launched an internal investigations into, obviously, the comments we all know have become popular that was said by MacG regarding Minnie Dlamini. And you have hordes of people on the internet absolutely furious at the fact that Kaya FM took this decision because they simply don't understand why Sol Phenduka has to bear the consequences of what MacG said.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, there's gotta be something wrong with her, like maybe a smells or something, bro.
No.
Yeah. You know this happens, dog. It happens, bro.
No.
Especially with the hot girls.
What if she can't cook? Why does it have to...
In fact, why does it have to be her?
Now, I'm gonna be honest, in rewatching this entire exchange between MacG, Sol Phenduka, and the guest on their show regarding this entire Minnie Dlamini debacle, it did seem like Sol Phenduka was kind of coming to Minnie Dlamini's defense and asking MacG, why does it have to be that? Why can't it be she just can't cook? Or why can't it be something else? Why does it have to be that specific reason? And many people are clinging onto this narrative and asking, why is Kaya FM dismissing Sol Phenduka even though he was defending quote-unquote Minnie Dlamini? And they just simply can't understand why exactly Kaya FM had to take this decision. However, what I'm about to say is unfortunate but true, because here we're not just dealing with any entity, we're dealing with legacy mainstream media. And at the end of the day, advertisers are the bottom line. You see, on a show like Podcasters and Chill, where it's MacG and Sol Phenduka's own platform, they can say quite honestly whatever they want, because they themselves get to choose which advertisers they take and which advertisers they shoot down. However, it's important to understand that if you have a platform where you're known for saying controversial things, where you're known for pushing the line, for towing the boundaries, then you must also be aware of the fact that mainstream media might want to stay as far away from you as possible, because what keeps the engine of mainstream media going is one thing and one thing only. That's advertisers. The minute, the moment advertisers smell something, they smell controversy that might hurt how their brand is perceived, they will immediately jump ship. And if one advertiser jumps ship, another advertiser will do the same. And then it's all of a sudden a domino effect of advertisers leaving. What the legacy company has to do is they have to quickly scramble to rectify the issue. And that's poetically why you saw that the MacG podcast didn't even last over 3 months on DSTV. Because when you're dealing with legacy media, you have to play it smart. You no longer have the freedom of saying whatever you want, however you want, whenever you want. There's rules, there's regulations, there's broadcasting guidelines that you have to follow. Because I want us to understand one thing. If DSTV decided to keep the MacG podcast going, Minnie Dlamini would sue not only MacG, but now DSTV themselves. Because so long as DSTV keeps people like MacG, then it seems as though they are condoning his behavior. That's why you see DSTV, straight after this entire debacle was happening, had to quickly release a statement saying that they do not condone the podcast's actions, because they want to create as much distance as possible from these controversial remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legacy Media 101. It doesn't matter how popular you are, it doesn't matter how famous you are, it doesn't matter how much of an impact you think you have. The minute you say the wrong thing that pisses advertisers off, you'll be gone as quickly as they got you. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And unfortunately, with Kaya FM, the exact same thing seemed to happen. You see, because Kaya FM is owned by a consortium, a number of companies, with Tebe Investment Corporation being a founding shareholder, holding a significant stake within the company. And so the minute they smelled the MacG controversy, the minute Minnie Dlamini started going after MacG, shareholders most likely started getting scared, because Sol Phenduka is affiliated with Kaya FM and the MacG podcast. And because now advertisers want nothing to do with controversy, this is unfortunately gonna hurt a shareholder's stake within the company Kaya FM, which means that if advertisers leaves, people are gonna start selling their shares. If people start selling their shares, then it decreases the value of Kaya FM. And unfortunately, Sol Phenduka is just not big enough for them to have a hard time making the decision of firing him. And that's most likely exactly how this entire situation played out. It is unfortunate, I get it, but when you're dealing with legacy media, when you're dealing with mainstream media, this is the way the story goes. Whether you like it, whether you're a Sol Phenduka fan since day one, this is the way things unfortunately have to happen. And it is quite unfortunate that MacG's remarks have led to this entire situation. But I also don't want us to forget, most importantly, that really MacG is the reason why Sol Phenduka is mostly as famous as he is today. Sol Phenduka owes a lot of his fame and a lot of his fortune to the fact that MacG decided to give him a chance. So that's where I disagree with people like Slick Talk, who talk about the fact that Sol Phenduka needs to completely disown MacG, because at the end of the day, they pretty much started this entire thing together, at least for the most part. And I can definitely understand why Sol Phenduka harbors no resentment or ill will towards MacG, because he does genuinely realize if it wasn't for MacG giving him the chance that he gave him, he might not be in the position he's in the first place. This is just unfortunately a lesson to many independent platforms all across South Africa and even around the world. You can genuinely say whatever you want. You have freedom freedom of speech. But the minute that speech comes between YouTube, whatever company you're hired with, and their advertisers, unfortunately going to get rid of you with a smile on their face, because they would rather lose you than lose the billions they receive from these advertisers. And that's just the way the story goes. But let me know your thoughts about this entire situation in the comment section below. Yes, it's spring, the sun is shining, and it's hot all over South Africa, and many people are clearly having fun, whether it's going to the beach, whether it's going to the pool. But some communities are deciding to spend their spring days in a very interesting and maybe annoying way. Look guys, I definitely understand having fun amongst each other, throwing water on each other, playing games, shooting each other with water guns. I definitely understand playing amongst each other as a community or as friends. But the minute you start involving adults and elders and people who are trying to do their job, I think that's just crossing a line that was never meant to be crossed in the first place. I mean, I don't know how many of these videos I've seen where people are genuinely throwing water inside people's vehicles. It's like not everybody is playing, guys. Not everybody is having as much fun as you are having. And it would be so unfortunate the day these kids meet somebody who's genuinely not mentally well and they pull out a weapon and they attack one of these kids, and all of a sudden it's going to make headlines about what a monster this person was. But we don't talk about the fact that a lot of these kids who are playing these games genuinely have no respect for elders and authority. I mean, I even saw one video where a lady seems like she's coming back from work or even going to work, but she was forced by one of the community members to get sprayed with water, and when she tried to defend herself, more and more people just started piling water on top of her, and I think in the process she might even have lost her handbag. I mean, guys, that's somebody's mother. That's somebody's parent that you're treating anyhow. Look, I think it's all well and good to want to celebrate amongst your friends, but genuinely, I think we're just losing respect for our elders in this country. We see it every day in schools and even in these communities where respect for authority just seems to be lost. Not everybody is playing. It would be a very sad day these kids meet somebody who's genuinely not about that lifestyle and they do something that causes harm to one of these kids. But definitely let me know what you think about this entire situation in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for today, guys. Let me know what you think about these two stories by writing your comments down below. Press the like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.